everyone, welcome to the Giants Rundown for day 4 of spring training. It's Thursday, February 17th. I'm Andrew Baggerly. Thanks for tuning in. Today we begin with an update on Brian Wilson and Tim Lincecum. The news was good for Lincecum. He had a sore neck yesterday, but he was able to throw off a mound and participate in workouts. Looked good, threw with velocity, really got nice extension and looked like he was healthy. For Wilson, though, he was held out of workouts completely for a second consecutive day. This would be the day when he would take the mound and throw. His back is still bothering him. Bruce Bochy said that he's just getting treatment. He wanted to throw, but the Giants decided to just put a restrictor plate on him and tell him to take his time. Wilson goes at his workouts really hard and reported to camp in great shape, but as you know, there have been times over the last 2 years when he hasn't been available in the safe situation because his back has flared up a little bit. Bochy insists that this is minor, it's nothing to worry about, just typical spring training aches and pains. But the back issue is something that's popped up with Wilson from time to time, and it'll be something that he'll have to watch and the team will have to watch very carefully. No MRI exam for him. Again, it looks like at this early stage nothing to completely freak out about, but definitely something to keep an eye on. So that is the latest with Brian Wilson. Otherwise, the bullpen sessions, there were a couple funny moments. Matt Cain threw a lot of curveballs and then threw a fastball at the end inside. He wanted to hit that for his last pitch, and Bruce Bochy decided to stand in what would be the batter's box, and he kind of recoiled a little bit as that fastball came in pretty close to his knees, and so that was a little funny moment. Said Cain definitely hit his spot on that one. Good thing he didn't get it a little further in. It would have been disastrous. Another guy who was really throwing hard, looked good, was Ramon Ramirez. He definitely came to camp ready. The one thing they were concerned about, how he would bounce back from last year. The Giants used him an awful lot, and that's after he'd already logged a lot of time with the Red Sox. But Ramirez has a guaranteed contract, so he's pretty much on the team, and he looks pretty good. The Giants need to sort of figure out who out of their right-handers will be the sort of late-game guy between him and Santiago Casilla and Sergio Romo. Other news from this morning: Aubrey Huff talked to reporters, and he said, yes, indeed, there will be no Rally Thong under his uniform on opening day. He has retired the Rally Thong. We'll see if things get desperate toward the end of the summer, if he has to pull it back out again. But he says it's sitting in a box at home. Apparently the Hall of Fame called him and asked for the Rally Thong, but he just doesn't want to put that on display. He said it's not a good idea when his kids grow up to walk in the Hall of Fame and see that his dad was wearing women's underwear. Of course, we all know it was a men's thong, but it was still a thong. So anyway, it looks like that's the end of the Rally Thong. Perhaps it's used up all of its powers. The Giants hope they'll never have to find out. Bruce Bochy did say he can walk in the clubhouse now that he doesn't have to worry about seeing Aubrey and all of his thong wonderness. Some other guys showed up today. Andres Torres is here. Aaron Rowand is here. Rowand said he did a lot more cycling in the off-season, even more than he did the previous off-season. He looks in good shape. Andres Torres, of course, looks in good shape. He's always in good shape. Rowand said that he made some adjustments to his stance. He's got a hitting cage in the new house that he built, so he was in that cage pretty much every day. It comes as no surprise to anybody who knows him. And he said he's a little more upright. He's not quite as squatty. He's not quite as having his knees bowed out like he did before. I'm sure it'll be a little exaggerated as opposed to any other hitter, but not quite as exaggerated as what he had allowed it to become the last couple of years. In terms of trade rumors and things like that, he knows he's going to hear them, and he said he'll address the media in full tomorrow. When I had an informal chat with him, I said, you know what the questions are going to be, and he said, yep, and you can probably guess what the answers are going to be. So I doubt he's going to say anything tomorrow that would be controversial. Other news, Nate Schierholtz is here in camp, and he said that he spent most of the offseason rehabbing his right shoulder. You might remember earlier in the year against Philadelphia, he jammed his shoulder while making a catch in the outfield, and said it really bothered him more than he let on. It's something that really affected his swing, and he was sort of determined not to get too bulky in this offseason and really just spend the time working on flexibility and making sure that he wouldn't get re-injured. Things happen in this game. You can't control everything, but that was one of Nate's goals, and obviously he might be in the same boat as Rowand the Giants simply don't have room for all these outfielders. He could be a guy who could end up on the trade market as well. Also, on the minor league side, Nick Noonan is an infield prospect with the Giants. You've probably heard about him. He's been playing second base pretty much since they drafted him, but he's going to be playing shortstop. That's where he got most of his innings in instructional league, and he said he's excited about it. Obviously, Charlie Culberson, who was drafted in the same class with Noonan, has had a great year last year, and he's a second baseman. So it might be a way for those guys to stay a double play combination, or at least both to keep starting everyday jobs and not be competing at the same position. So we'll see how Noonan handles shortstop when he starts getting work there this spring. We all know who the Giants' starting shortstop is. It's Miguel Tejada, and he's going to report tomorrow, we expect. And then the Giants will have their first full squad workout on Saturday. Bruce Bochy said that he will have the hitters facing live batting practice the first day. So they always say the pitchers are ahead of the hitters, and when you have the hitters swinging the bat the first day, I'd imagine that we probably won't see a lot of ringing contact, especially given the Giants staff was pretty much the best in the majors last year. So that's pretty much it for today. Some more weather is supposed to be moving in, and we'll lose a little bit of sunshine over the next couple days or so, they tell us. But for now, the weather's been great, the environment's been great, spirits have been high, and everyone is ready to get back to work and get this season going. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.